Hey, everybody. I am DC Constant, your host for the Successful Wives Network. And today is Finance Friday. So, you know how we do it. We get down and we help you guys save money, stay out of debt, keep the money in your pockets. Okay. So, today we have our finance consultant, Rose Luke, with us today.
Hey.
So today, guys, we're going to talk about finance in terms of our children and how it is never, ever too early to teach our children about finances. And I'm talking even toddlers, right? Toddlers, adolescents, our teenagers, and hey, them summer jobs coming in a couple of months. So we're going to talk about financial literacy for our children. Okay, so Rose, help us
Yes.
out here. Help us out. So Rose, she's a financial consultant. She's an author, and she also wrote a book entitled "The ABCs of Money" for what ages preschool to third grade. So we're gonna jump right in. And Rose, first and foremost, tell us why it is important. Financial literacy is important for children, even as toddlers, even youngest toddlers.
Yes. Well, we all know that toddlers absorb the most information when they're young, right? A lot of parents take that time to teach them second languages. Now, I agree, is the best time to start teaching them about money. And the best way to do that is word association. They learn all types of words, all type of languages, all type of skills, right?
Right.
Eye-hand coordination, they start knowing what things are early on, as even especially now with the age of technology. They know how to work tablets, right? These
Yes.
pandemic babies are different, right?
Yes. Very different.
So
Very different.
we have the greatest opportunity now to right the wrongs that were, done to us and teach our youth financial literacy. And that's as easy as the ABCs, right? Just like my book, The ABCs of Money, it's literally such an easy way to start getting them to understand and recognize certain words and terms. So for me, also financial literacy is important for children and teens because it helps them with their decision making. It helps increase their critical thinking. It helps them start learning how to devise plans and knowing what their values and morals are, exactly what their wants and needs are when it comes to money and wanting things versus needing things.
Yeah. So, can you hold up your book and give us some examples of how, yes, the ABCs of money. That's right. Start them early. I love that the piggy bank is on the cover
Yes.
because it kind of take me back. I did have a piggy bank when I was a little kid. I think it was a bunch of pennies in there. Nowadays, kids have apps and different things like that.
Right,
Okay.
right.
But
Um,
share with us a little bit about that. You talked about earlier the word association and different things of that nature. So tell us a little bit about the ABCs.
yes. So it came to me about, wow, 6 months ago. And I said, within our protection plan, we have a great program for kids to teach them financial literacy and getting it into the schools. I said, but what about reaching the parents and putting it into the homes, right? What great way to help parents and hold them accountable than reading their kid a book every night, right? And yeah, credit and finances everywhere. So this is a very easy read, um, very colorful. Her name is Mia, right? So she
Right.
wants to tell you what she knows about her ABCs and what her parents are teaching her about financial literacy. So here, every letter is associated with a word, right? And she gives a
Right.
little explanation of what her parents have taught her. So A is for account, right? And it says,
Nice.
my mommy says this is where her money goes. So it's very important and it goes along with daily life, right? And it's like B is for budget.
Nice.
C is for credit. So it's a very easy read. Something you can even put it to music and have that just like A is for count, B is for budget. And it's gonna really
Hey.
like, right? C is for credit. And it's just a lot of words. The reason why I put it up to third grade is because look at these words like year end and X mark, and even probably terms us as parents don't even know. Like, what is
Yeah.
that? You know,
Yeah.
and it just gets you guys thinking, and it opens lines of communication between yeah, a kid and a parent, and it actually has the parent thinking like, okay, now my child knows these words, now I have to do better and do good, you know, open an account for them, teach them how to budget, um, teach them what an allowance is if that's possible for your budget, right?
Yeah.
It teaches them responsibility. So that is a glimpse into the book, and it's really it was really fun to do. I enjoyed it.
No, I love it. I love the character. It's lively and it's fun, as you stated. And the most important thing is by starting them early, it's conditioning them. That's a positive condition. Okay. We're so conditioned with other negative things that's going on in the world, but that's teaching them a healthy way about money and having a healthy dialogue about money. And they're conditioned to save. So, I mean, I didn't know what account was when I was in pre-K. I was taking naps. They don't even take naps anymore. Okay.
No, right. And I mean, it's not even just for parents and kids. Like we all know kindergarten is synonymous with story time, right?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
so teachers can even say, use this book. And as kids are falling asleep, that was my favorite time, to tell you the truth, during kindergarten. Was story time on the rug. I fell asleep on the rug, and my teacher let me sleep for however long. I actually faked naps so I didn't have to go back. But it is also a great way and a great tool to incorporate in the classroom in nursery time and kindergarten and those young ages.
Those that is fun. Just a little bit older than you, so I hated nap time. I still remember those cots. I know I don't look it, but no, I hated nap time.
I
Now,
love
if nap time was like how you experienced nap time with the storytelling and everything to get you to sleep, I probably would have loved it. I probably would have enjoyed it more. No, this is great. This is real great stuff. Do you personally or your company, do you guys hold classes like for parents, or do you go into the schools or even pre-K? Tell
we
us about
do.
that.
We do. So within our services, we offer our Youth Financial Literacy Mint, which is a separate program that we can put into schools. So it was a really great way to kind of reverse any what's the word I'm looking for? Um, paths that we as adults have steered from, and start incorporating that into the schools and our youth's lives. And what makes it such a great program is for every protection plan that our company gets, $5 goes towards a scholarship fund for our high school students, and they can apply. And so far up until 2021, since last year, we have grossed over $500,000 in scholarships. So it is
Yes.
thriving. It is amazing. Those kids are just, man, they are so well equipped with financial literacy. It's great. And they take that with them into college, and therefore they're going to get into less debt. And if they have to get into debt, they know how to manage it and budget to come out of it quicker. And it's just, we're saving we're saving lives through financial literacy, one
Yes.
family at a time. And also online, since everything is online and through technology nowadays, you also have access to quizzes and just actual budgets and everything like that for your kids to do as well, along with you. So this whole comprehensive membership plan is not just for you, it's also for your family, and to get everyone's finances healthy. So it's really interactive and fun.
That is good. It sounds like it. I mean, I love that because sometimes talking about money, no matter at what level, it can be a difficult conversation sometimes, but it's all in the approach, right?
Yes.
So that is really awesome. So let's transition into our teenagers. So what about those teens? It's never too late. So let's say some teens out there, they didn't get your ABC book, okay?
Right.
We got the summer jobs coming up, how do we approach our teenagers in terms of teaching them how to manage their money well, so they don't even have to start off in debt. They don't have to go off to college and all those other things and get credit cards and go crazy. They
Right.
don't have to do all of that. So let's start with the teens. What do you have for the teens?
Well, one thing I can definitely say for sure is have that conversation with them before they get a job. Let them know, okay, so you're going to get a job. What exactly is your money going to go towards? If you're still living in the home with your parents, right? What is it that they can help contribute towards the household? I know for one, my mom said, okay, now you're starting to work, you're going to take over the electric bill. It was her smallest bill. But she said, this is responsibility now, because now you're taking a step into adulthood. And you're going to understand exactly what it is I'm doing and why I have to work. So I said, okay. So my advice is, if you have a teenager, and to hold you accountable as well, if you have a credit card and you have a teenager, make them an authorized user on your credit card. This is going to hold you accountable to make sure your credit cards are being paid on time and your utilization is being under 30%, right? Because as an authorized user, that credit activity is also going to go towards your child, towards your teenager. So you're building up their credit for them as well. So that's going to give them their length of history. They're going to understand, say, okay, you do have a credit card and it's under my name, but before I can trust you,
Yeah, I was going to say
on your own and that you're working now,
okay.
this is what's going to happen. So that's why I said those conversations are needed. Now, as far as getting them their own credit card, start with a secured card. Okay.
Explain what the secure card is for those who may not understand.
Right. So a secured card is a credit card that you put the funds onto, where it's a $200 limit and you put in $200 and that's your limit. You can graduate from a secured card to an unsecured card, and that's where financial institutions give you your credit limit. And that is based off of your credit score and your income and everything like that. So a good start for teenagers is to get a secured card. And through our protection plan, we do offer a secured card right here through Sable Bank.
Okay.
Okay. This you can start as low as $10. Now, the
Really?
benefit of this credit card is you can also start off with a bank account with them as well. And you get a debit card with them as well. And you can set your own limit with this secured card. I love this card because I get so excited about it, because literally a lot of people, a lot of other cards are just saying $200 is the minimum. Well, I just said you can put $10 on this and that's your minimum. You have to be at least 18 years or older to get this card. So as your teenagers are starting to work, they can sign up for direct deposit, get it deposited onto their Sable One bank account, right?
Okay, right.
And whatever they have in their Sable One bank account now becomes their full limit on their secured card. So say they made $300 on their first paycheck. It gets directly deposited into their Sable bank account. Now they can easily set their Sable credit card limit up to $300.
Nice.
Okay. Now, if you don't want them to have such a high limit, you can set it back to $100, have them put $200 still in their debit card, and that's managing your money, right? So
Okay.
they have control of it. They understanding how it works. They're starting to understand utilization because, oh man, mom, I went over my credit limit. What do I do? Can I just add more limit to my card? Well, yes, you can, but you're going to overspend and you're using all of your credit. So
Mhm.
it opens those lines of communication. It opens up a whole new
Well,
world to teenagers because everything is done on phones and apps now.
yeah,
So to have their bank completely on their phone is amazing. There's no fees with a Sable account, okay? Like other
I
big
need
banks.
to check into Sable. No.
Yes, yes, I'm telling you, it's it's amazing. And the best thing, right? Right.
Right?
The best thing is you can graduate from the secured card to unsecured card in as little as 4 months.
I thought you were going to say 6 months.
4 months.
4 months.
4 months.
Nice.
So you won't have to keep moving your credit limit from your bank account. They're going to give you their money for you to use because you've been so responsible within those 4 months. Now, that's not permission to go crazy,
Right.
right? If they give
Right.
you a $500 limit and you're like, oh man, swipe, swipe, because that's what I did when I was 18 and I got an $800
Mhm.
credit limit on my Capital One card. And then that bill came and I'm like, I have to pay a bill.
I gotta pay,
I
and
have to
all
pay
of it
for it.
back.
Right.
And don't forget interest. That bill
Interest.
came with interest. Interest. It taught while we're right there on interest. One thing I learned going back to 18 is, yeah, the interest will kill you. It's like paying for something 3 times over.
Yes.
If you pay on time, you don't pay interest.
Mhm.
Correct? Am I correct in that?
You
Okay.
are correct, which is a hack, parents, for your credit cards. Pay attention to the statement date on your credit card statement because that is the date that that credit card company reports your balance to the credit bureaus. So you always want to pay half of your balance before that statement date and 3 days before your due date. So that way it kind of tricks the company into saying you made two payments when in actuality you had split that one balance into two.
Okay. So, example, your
Mhm.
credit card is due on the 20th of each month. You should pay half of your balance. Credit card due on the 20th, the balance due is $150. So you should pay the $75 on what day?
On the statement date. Your statement date is always on the top corner, usually right here. It will say statement date, right? So you always want to pay attention to that date. If it says a different date than your due date, pay half on that statement date and the balance 3 days before your due date. That's
Wow.
going to
Okay.
show that you made two payments when in actuality you've budgeted and you've made one payment.
Okay.
So that's a hack. You're
That's
welcome.
a hack. Thank you for that. We all thank you for that.
Yes.
I don't know if too many of us knew that, but
Yes.
thank you for that. Thank you
You're
for that.
welcome. You're welcome.
Okay. All righty. Well, we are, thank you, Rose. Oh my gosh. This was awesome. Um, hold your book up again, guys. Go over and grab that, the ABCs of money.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my
It's
gosh.
under my pseudo author name, Beatrice Rose, because I do author other genres.
Okay.
So Beatrice Rose on Amazon. For now, I am still working on getting it into other venues, but for now it's on Amazon.
Yes, parents, teachers alike.
Yes.
Go and get that. That is awesome. And I am going to put your information up on the screen right there. Yes.
Oh my goodness. Sometimes it's still surreal that I'm an author, but I learned from you.
Oh, bless
Congratulations
you.
on all your success as well. So I do enjoy it, and a way to bridge my love of writing and reading and financial literacy. Like I said, I do hope to read this to my children one day, and that's the beauty of it, is because I want to pay it forward,
Mhm.
right, to other families, and young children, just so they can experience what we all wished we experienced, and a
Absolutely.
love relationship with money, because a lot of us feel uncomfortable talking about money because it was always such a sore spot growing up,
Yes.
right?
A
um
taboo,
yeah.
something that was negative or ugly,
Mhm.
or always associated with struggling.
Yes, definitely.
Struggling. So it was nothing positive about money. It was always, it's not enough. It's a struggle, paycheck to paycheck. And I'm glad that books like this and other things that you're doing and your company is changing that negative. I mean, changing that negative thought process and changing the narrative, if you
Yes,
will.
definitely. And just a couple of tips I can give parents, if you don't already do this with your children. Be honest with them about household finances. Let them know, this is how much we pay for the light bill. This is how much we pay for the electric bill. We all have to be mindful. We all have to work together to make things right. Help them create a budget.
Yeah,
Help them create a
absolutely.
budget. Help them determine what is a need of theirs, right? A need is
Right.
essentially what they need. They need clothes to wear, they need food to eat, they need um, things to keep them warm. A
Yeah.
want is getting another game for the Xbox, or wanting Jamba Juice or Starbucks. That's a want, right?
Yes.
So having those conversations, leading by example. A lot of us adults like to spend our money on our wants rather than focusing on the needs. And then we end up struggling and we take our temper out on the family,
Yes. Mhm.
right?
Right.
Um, so make it fun. I know one fun thing, play board games that include money. Monopoly is a great way to spend quality time in teaching kids about money in an indirect way.
Mhm.
Teaching them that banks do rob us, right?
Right, right, right.
Um,
Hey,
you know,
tell the truth.
definitely, like,
And
banks are
set your
not
pockets
free.
free.
Exactly, right. So just make it fun, you guys, and just teaching them about allowance, teaching them that giving is as much as important as it is about receiving. You
I agree.
Our kids realize that once they give things, it makes them feel good. And in order to give things, then they need money to buy things to give, right?
Right.
So having them save money so they can, there's a lot of great stories out there that show kids that save their allowance so they can help feed the homeless or make some lemonade and give it out. And so that's always a great way to establish a healthy relationship with money too.
That is awesome. And again, guys, get the book. You won't be disappointed. You won't be disappointed. So listen, this was awesome. And we're going to have you back. You are our Friday finance consultant, and always dropping gems, just always dropping gems. And we appreciate you. And I want to talk offline with you a little bit more about this bank too. Okay.
Okay. If anyone
Oh,
has questions, I'm always here. Feel free, especially about that secured card. That is a steal. And as you know, I love talking about it. I can continue to talk about it.
yes.
If you want to know all the benefits, look me up and I'll be glad to help you out.
Oh, yeah. We're going to talk some more. Thank you guys for tuning in for Finance Friday. Again, I am DC Constant, the founder of the Successful Wives Network, where we are elevating wives globally through personal and professional development. We'll see you next time. And thanks for joining us.